than Dante's imagination could have imagined his Inferno. Barbara, but one of the ways I think you can go to hell really, really quickly, if there is any agreement on this, just let me know. Wake up in the morning arguing with the Pope. Barbara, what is wrong with the President of the United States in a consistent argument with the Pope? 25, 24. Barbara,
Stop.
who wakes up in the morning trying to pick a fight with the Pope, Barbara?
Because he's mentally ill.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I mean, listen, that report that just came out yesterday about John Kelly, his former chief of staff, saying that he read that book that the psychiatrists had done on Trump, published 6 years ago or by now. And he came to the conclusion after reading the book that Trump had a mental illness.
What, some kind of psychopath?
This is John Kelly.
But I know John Kelly's not a psychopath, but what is the conclusion of the report? That the president is some kind of psychopath?
Oh, yes.
A psychopathic, narcissistic something or other?
Yes, and I recommend people to read the book, but that's significant. His own chief of staff has came to that conclusion. There's something wrong, folks. Who gets up in the morning and says, I'm going to put out a picture of myself as Jesus Christ? What kind of sick head does that? I'm sorry. I mean, if you are in a church and your pastor puts his face on as Jesus Christ, you got a problem. You're not in a church, you're in a cult. And a misguided, very, very unchristian cult. I mean, who gets up on Easter and writes profanity and threatens the White House
and bombs people on Easter?
Right, on Easter. And then when you are criticizing the Pope, what do you got to say about the Pope? You got to say that the Pope is too soft on crime.
Wow.
The Pope doesn't have any law enforcement obligations.
Wow.
The Pope's not writing any laws on criminality. I mean, it just shows you how confused and how really
the Pope didn't pardon the January 6th rioters. You did.
You did. Right. I mean, it's just a tremendous example, but then threatening to eradicate an entire civilization.
That part
is illness. That's mental illness of the highest degree, because that's genocidal, folks. 93 million people live in Iran. 93 million live in Iran. Let's be very clear. It's one of the oldest civilizations in the world. And you're crazy behind. During your 4 little years of being president, you're going to decide that you're going to, quote, nuke them, because that's the only way you can eradicate a civilization. You're going to nuke them. Remember, when people were saying the most dangerous thing about Trump is that he would have access to the nuclear codes, people said, oh, don't worry about that. That's just ridiculous. You guys are going way too far. That's just leftism, extremism. And now here he is, without any provocation, just on his total own. And then he's got little boy out there, little boy J.D. Vance. Who I mean, oh my gosh, did you see Lawrence O'Donnell last night? Woo-wee! And Rachel Maddow last night. They trolled him bad. They pointed out how Trump has been sending him on all of these worthless failure missions that were designed to fail, folks. Folks, if you're in a major war, who ever heard of resolving it in 21 hours? Normally, peace talks take weeks, at least a week, not 21 hours. That's not even a full day. And this man goes to Pakistan and he leaves in 21 hours about failure. That's not a negotiation. That was a snap. He just came in for a quick snack and got out of there. Folks, and it makes him look like a failure. And then who did he send to try to prop up Orban? Viktor Orban, who we all know is nothing but an old dictator. 16 years of rule, most of it illegal, where he tried to change all the voting and all the other, democracy institutions so that he could just be a dictator with unchecked power. He sends J.D. Vance when the polling was already showing that Victor was losing bad.
And his real estate buddies.
Yes.
People who've never negotiated anything. He sent J.D. Vance, who doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know his from a hole in the wall, right? And now he's doing his thing. I'm Jesse Jackson Jr. More with Barbara Arnwine on KBLA Talk 1580 when we come forward.
It's afternoon drive time with Jesse Jackson Jr. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
When the story gets twisted, who's going to tell the truth? When they cut the microphones, who's still talking? When history gets rewritten, who remembers what really happened? We do. KBLA Talk 1580. Black media isn't just important right now, it's essential. Because when mainstream outlets move on, we stay. When the headlines ignore our communities, we don't. When decisions are being made that affect Black lives in our schools, our neighborhoods, our economy, KBLA is in the room. This is more than radio. This is a lifeline, a record, a rallying cry. Black stories, Black voices, Black power.
The heat is on.
On the air and in the culture. KBLA Talk 1580. Stay connected. Stay informed. Stay loud.
Stand up!
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, host of The Voice of Reason, weeknights at 7 p.m. here on KBLA Talk 1580, with a personal invitation for you to join me and Insight.me as we present The Healing Box, live at Inglewood's world-famous Miracle Theater, Saturday evening, May 23rd at 7 p.m. Look, I understand your attachment style has been running your life like a rogue algorithm, and nobody has had the courage to press pause. Until now, Dr. Pakoya McCall and yours truly are curating a night where clinicians, spiritualists, and an all-star panel of Black woman healers like Dr. Shalonda Sunshine Crawford, Dr. Deshauna Johnson, and spiritualist Precious McGill will join some amazing spoken word artists and the legendary comedian Louis Dix to diagnose, disrupt, and heal your relational wreckage in real time. Listen, bring your trauma. As a matter of fact, bring your baby mama. No, bring your testimony. And if you're still texting your ex at 2 a.m., baby, you're not just invited, you're the target demo. Tickets are moving fast, so grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before your dating history gets flagged as a pre-existing condition. That's themiracleinglewood.com. We'll see you there Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m.
Now back to more of Jesse Jackson Jr. on KBLA Talk 1580.
The Jesse Jackson Jr. Show. 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 King Quality drops the beat. Come on and talk with me. Come on and listen to me. Come on and talk with me. Come on and listen to me. KBLA Talk 1580. Download the app.
I'm Jesse Jackson Jr. Welcome forward to the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show. We're on the grind with Barbara Arnwine. Currently, she also serves as co-chair and facilitator of the National Commission for Voter Justice, the Millennial Votes Matters convenings, and the Voting Rights Act Alliance. Barbara, welcome forward to the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show.
It's great to be here.
Barbara,
Thank you for having me.
in the last segment, you suggested that Trump would end a civilization, which he said he would do by 8 o'clock one day last week. It did not happen. He withdrew that, and you said that he wanted to nuke them. That is the only way to end a civilization, and that's
Right.
absolutely true. And let me share with you this. This is not the first time that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, has suggested that he wanted to use the bomb. I believe this president wants to use the bomb. He's looking for the right moment to use the bomb unilaterally as the final salvo to demonstrate his power. Oh, Jesse Jr., you've gone too far. You have no evidence that Trump wanted to use the bomb. But according on August 26, 2019, Axios, Trump floated the idea of using the bomb to stop a hurricane.
Right. Remember that badness?
Multiple occasions. A hurricane ain't never done nothing to him. He's madder at Iranian leadership, many of which he and the Israelis have taken out.
Yes.
He talks about them every day and tweets about them every 10 minutes because he is capable of using the bomb. So when he said he wanted to end a civilization, we have intellectually within our right to draw the parallel between his desire to use the bomb as someone who is clearly struggling with a mental illness and what he has said previously about nuking a hurricane. But what does emerge that is crystal clear, whether it's threatening to use the bomb to stop a hurricane or threatening to use the bomb to end a civilization in Iran and take their oil, is that above human beings and above people, real estate and property matter to the President of the United States. And to protect property, including that which a hurricane might strike, the President of the United States has floated the idea of blowing it up with the bomb. Barbara, does that make sense to you?
No, you know that makes zero
That's what he
sense.
did, right? That's what he
You
said.
know
though.
we're dealing with some Mickey Mouse brain here. People, come on, people. The Economist, I was just looking at a headline from the Economist. Now, Economist, folks, is not left-wing, is not liberal, is not central. It is, a right-wing kind of publication, but they have an article right now talking about the threat of nuclear war because of our crazy president. Folks, we have to understand the time we're in. We're dealing with somebody who has demonic tendencies. He's not just deranged, but he's taken that derangement into his demonic state. Because only a demon thinks it's righteous to kill children and whole families and whole populations. That's a demon. That's not some kind of errat or wrongful leader. That's just somebody who is demonic and hateful and disregard and we know he's sacrilegious. All of these things. The bottom line is that there is something called the 25th Amendment. And a whole lot of people, and where you used to sit in Congress, are saying, it's time. It's time. And folks are saying, well, the cabinet, but it's time. This man has done everything to endanger not only those of us here in the United States, but he's also endangered the entire world. How do you say that you want to bomb the heck out of Iran because of the Strait of Hormuz, because they got a quote blockade? Now you're going to do your own blockade. What kind of sense does any of this make? It's illogical. It's nonsense. And folks, this is our leader. This is the person who the world sees as representing me, you, and everybody else in the United States. It's a tragedy. And while we're at it, let me talk about his wife for a minute. Melania. When they said Melania was going to have a press conference, I said, okay, probably she's going to say something like, I spoke to my husband and I have urged him to not write any more of these crazy emails. I told him that, we got to be humane about what we say to the world, or that I'm just here to let the women of the world know that I'm here with you. I stand with you. So what does she do with her press conference? It's not about the madness of her husband. It's not about anything but herself. How selfish, how egotistical can you be? You talk about narcissism in the president. You got narcissism in your FLOTUS, in your first lady. I mean, I was so disgusted with that press conference, and that she abused her platform to talk about herself. This is outrageous, folks. We got two totally unworthy people. Can you imagine Eleanor Roosevelt on doing a wartime speech of her husband going on national TV talking about herself? She never would do such a thing.
I think that the president of the United States has a dysfunctional administration. That's putting it mildly, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
I think the first lady's speech, please comment on this, Barbara, was kind of off the script of what the president is trying to public relations wise manage.
She single-handedly put the Epstein files back into national and international conversation because of her selfishness. Everybody said, okay, he's doing this war because he's wagging the dog. He's, trying to get away from, anybody talking about the Epstein files. So he's come up with this whole war thing. So everybody's just talking war. And she gets up there and says, Epstein. Epstein. Bold, loud, and clear. Epstein. I had nothing to do with him. I didn't know him. I didn't know no Ghislaine Maxwell. All of these lies. And people are like, it's just a lie. Here's pictures of you. And here's letters that you wrote. Here's emails. What are you talking about? And so it was just, you're talking about something that was surprising. That was the surprising part. The part that she was heartless and talked about, said to the women that they got to go testify for Congress. She'll put up, shut up, that kind of attitude that she displayed. That's consistent with that kind of narcissism.
Barbara, let me pivot for a moment. You've been instrumental in the leadership of the No Kings marches.
Yes.
And I'm very impressed, as I've shared with you previously on these Tenacious Tuesdays, with how the marches themselves have begun to take on the character of contemporary issues. And we're not just on the first march now, we're on the third, heading in the general direction of the fourth.
That's right.
Is there any pivot from the leadership of the organization to move the No Kings participation or movement into a massive voter registration drive as people return to their homes from around the country for the large marches, but also the marches I saw, for example, in Atlanta, in the Carolinas, where they were just spontaneous with groups of 50 and 100 people standing on a corner.
Love it.
Is there any signal that can be sent to them that they need to knock on their neighbors' doors and make sure they are registered to participate in the midterms?
There are two major mobilizations coming up, people, that you should be aware of. One is on May 1st. May 1st is the closest thing to a general strike our country will see. It's no work, no school, no shopping. No work, no school, no shopping. All over the country. That's what we're asking every single American to abide and to do.
So those three things shut the economy down, theoretically.
That's right.
They shut the economy down. But on those days where we don't do those things, can we register people to vote?
Hold on, I'm not finished. Come on now, let me finish.
All right.
I was talking about the first mobilization. And during that mobilization, there will be massive voter registration and voter outreach. doing that. In fact, that's a start at May 1. And also on that day, be very clear, people, that is also May Day. That's Law Day. And so lawyers all over the country are going to be standing up and reaffirming their oaths as lawyers all over the nation on the same day. But get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready for John Lewis Good Trouble Lives On. 3 days, an entire weekend, beginning July 17th, all through July 18th, all into Good Trouble Sunday, July 19th. We're doing nothing but one of the largest voter education and voter registration drives ever in the United States. We want to be as bold as John Lewis. We want to be as bold as Amelia Robinson. We want to be as bold as everyone who stood on that Pettus Bridge. And we're going to demand that in this time that we have a real democracy, and that every single human who's capable and eligible to vote in the U.S. Does so. So we are really seeking that, and we will be running. We're going to be teaching. We're going to have teach-ins and registration and all kind of voter education on the 17th. On the 18th, we're going to have mass rallies and all kind of canvassing and voter registration all day, all evening long. On the 19th, the churches are taking over, and all these religious institutions will be running voter registration, voter education drives, check your registration drives. So that's what we're working on right now. That's what I'm spending all my time on. Is gearing up. John Lewis Good Trouble Lives On, because we can't wait and have people trying to register in October. We need you to register as early as you can, because last cycle, millions of people who registered never got to vote because the states were slow in processing their voter registrations and said, too bad, too late. And people were like, well, wait a minute. I submitted it before the deadline. They said, we were just too overburdened. We didn't have enough staff. We couldn't get around to you. So too bad. Folks, you don't want to be caught in that. You want to make sure that your vote is not only cast, but counted. And so we need you to register early. We need you, if you're going to try to vote by mail, we got to educate you to how to do that correctly. Because that's the big thrust of a lot of their work. It's not only the citizenship nonsense, but also they're trying to get rid of vote by mail or discount and not count as many vote by mail ballots as possible.
Barbara, we have a little less than 2 minutes, and I'm going to probably have to ask part of this question in the second segment after we come forward. I know the strength of the No Kings movement in the blue cities. We've seen that. We've seen the strength of the No Kings movement in the swing states. Is there activity in the red states on the scale that we're seeing in the blue states? Are people moving away from the cult of Donald Trump and MAGA?
Get ready for this stat. In good old state of Mississippi, there were 25 No Kings rallies and events and actions.
Wow.
That's just in Mississippi. One thing that was beautiful is that this No Kings, we had 300 different events that happened. We had 8 million people in the streets. But what was beautiful is that we had at least one or even two or more activations in every single congressional district. Every single. I didn't just say Democratic. I said every congressional district. And what was beautiful is we saw a huge growth in rural populations coming out and doing No Kings. So No Kings 4, we're working on. After John Lewis Good Trouble, after we celebrate the anniversary of the Voting Rights Act in August, then we move into No Kings 4.
We're on the grind with Barbara Arnwine. I'm Jesse Jackson Jr. More on KBLA Talk 1580 when we come forward.
It's afternoon drive time with Jesse Jackson Jr. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Amber Payton with BIN News Now. A strike is no longer happening in Los Angeles schools. Black Mayor Karen Bass announced Los Angeles Unified School District and Service Employees International Union Local 99 reached a tentative agreement overnight, avoiding a walkout by about 30,000 support staff.
Dedicated workers care for our children every day.
Other school unions also reached deals so schools across the district will stay open. The New Orleans City Council is voting on whether to keep IV Waste Handling trash pickup in the French Quarter through 2027. The company won a legal fight last year against Henry Consulting, the contractor preferred by former Black Mayor LaToya Cantrell's administration, but a pending lawsuit could still reopen the door for another contractor. And France may block rapper Kanye West from performing there after the UK barred him from entering. Officials are reportedly trying to stop his planned June 11th show in Marseille, with the city's mayor also speaking out against it. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
If you need to lose 50 pounds or more and diets haven't worked, you're not alone. West Medical offers physician-guided weight loss consultations to help you understand your options. Most PPO insurance plans are accepted and they verify your benefits for free. Call 1-800-WESTMED today for your free consultation.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Luka Doncic will rejoin the Lakers on Friday after spending a week in Spain to get special treatment for his hamstring injury. The Lakers remain uncertain if Doncic will be healthy for the first round of the playoffs against Houston. The NBA leading scorer was hurt April 2nd at Oklahoma City. The injury was diagnosed as a grade 2 strained hamstring. No change in Austin Reeves' status. Reeves is still expected to be out the next 5 to 6 weeks with a strained oblique muscle. There is a bright spot for the Lakers during this injury crisis. The Lakers are heading into the playoffs with a very efficient and productive LeBron James. Since Doncic and Reeves got hurt, LeBron is averaging 25.5 points, 11 assists, 6.8 rebounds, and 2.5 steals. He was voted Western Conference Player of the Week on Monday. It looks like the 41-year-old LeBron is ready to put the Lakers on his back in the postseason. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, aka the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
The joint will be jumping. Ebony Repertory Theater, in association with Big Street Films, brings you one of the most beloved musicals of all time. Tony Award winner, Ain't Misbehavin'. The soulful, swinging celebration of the music of Fats Waller. From the rollicking to the romantic, this show is pure magic, full of the songs that defined an era and the voices that'll make you forget everything else for a night. Foot stomping, heart stirring, unforgettable. Don't miss Ain't Misbehavin' at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center, starring Lettucey, directed by Ren T. Brown. This is the night out you've been waiting for. Tickets are going fast, so don't wait. Grab yours now at ebonyrep.org or call the box office today at 323-964-9766. Ebony Repertory Theater, bringing the culture, keeping the legacy alive.
Ain't Misbehavin' runs May 21st through June 8th at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center. Get your tickets now.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club, available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Can't we just talk?
Tavis Smiley.
You've heard me say it before, how we talk to one another matters. Earlier this year, we launched our first cohort, and I'm grateful to those who leaned in early and helped to shape the work. Now I'm inviting you to join me for a new live seminar, The Practice of Dialogue, Becoming a More Effective Communicator. This is a small group experience designed to help you strengthen how you communicate in your work, your relationships, and your everyday life. Space is limited to keep the experience personal and interactive. So if you're ready to take your communication to the next level, now is the time to focus on the skills that make conversations meaningful. The new 4-week cohort begins Monday, May 4th, and there's a nice discount for early bird registrants. Visit TavisTalks.com to learn more and reserve your place today. That's TavisTalks.com, because better conversations don't just happen, we practice them.
You're listening to Jesse Jackson Jr. on KBLA Talk 1580.
The Jesse Jackson Jr. Show. 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 King Folly drops the beat. Come on and talk with me. Come on and listen to me. Come on and talk with me. Come on and listen to me. KBLA Talk 1580. Download the app.
I'm Jesse Jackson Jr. We're on the grind with Barbara Arnwine on this Tenacious Tuesday. Barbara, welcome forward to the show.
It's great to be here.
Barbara, just before you share with us how we can support you, we can't get to all of the places all over the country that you travel to on a weekly basis, but we can be there through you. And I think you're a fantastic representative. But just before you share with us how we can be supportive, I would like to get your take on the brinksmanship in the Hormuz Strait, its consequences, and any updated thoughts that you have on the Voting Rights Act and the Calais decision. What's going on, Barbara?
Okay, on Calais, they have not announced a decision day. There will be nothing this week, probably nothing next week. The court has announced nothing regarding any decisions to be issued. So that's more and more delay. It's looking more and more like they're going to release this decision in late June. But we'll see. This court is capable of any kind of wickedness, and sadly, it's
Barbara,
some terrible decisions.
Barbara, would you be disappointed if the majority decision in Calais were written by Clarence Thomas?
Oh, I would be devastated. But the word on the street is that Alito has it. And also you saw the other word on the street, right? Is that they are pushing Alito to resign so that his replacement can be done prior to the midterms, because they're not sure they can hold the Senate. So they're trying to convince Alito to resign now. I mean, will resign soon. So that's the other big headline that came out today, folks, in case you missed it. I have a question for you.
Yes.
If I may,
please
tell us, have you ever met Pope Leo? I never met him.
I've never had the privilege of seeing the Pope, of meeting the Pope, and if I would have had the opportunity, it probably would have been at a baseball game here in Chicago. Because I understand he was a great fan and a regular.
Yes.
That is just evidence of an ordinary guy,
right?
And called to do something extraordinary.
Yes.
And make no mistake about it, the pride that we have as Americans, not only in his elevation to the pontificate, is overwhelming, but to see him stand up against world powers, including the power of this particular president. In fact, I believe, and I was told by our producer, that Donald Trump said earlier today that, oh, boy, this guy he's really, he says that the Pope was elected because of him.
I tell you, folks, 25th
and there may be some
Amendment. I'm teaching everybody out there, write it down, 25th Amendment. That's what I mean.
I can see the Cardinals coming together and saying, for such a time as this, we need somebody with the moral authority to challenge what's going on in the world order led by this guy, and it needs to be someone who can keep the smoke on the president. I mean, I can see that. So yeah, it's funny on the one hand, but we saw in that movie Conclave, and I saw in The Shoes of the Fisherman with Anthony Quinn.
That's a
that
great movie. That's a great movie. That's a great movie. I just want people to be very clear that the Pope, his obligation is to speak for what? World peace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for brotherhood among men. It's absolutely unthinkable you're going to get a Pope up there talking about, let's go to war. Let's annihilate a civilization. Yeah, that's what Christ stood for. But you're not going to get that, folks. And I really believe, and I know I'm in a minority, but I believe that had the Pope not spoken up, we might have been looking at some absolutely outrageous atrocities against civilians in Iran. So I'm very glad that he used his position, knowing that he was going to get some blowback from this particular president. Nevertheless, he felt morally called and he stood up. That's what we want everybody to do. When we talk about, spoke about Good Trouble Lives On. Everybody listening, you could be part of that. That's not just for the activists, the organizers, the unionists. It's for all of us, including every individual. If you never ever walked out your door and done something, this is your opportunity. If you want to do it from bed, you can you can help make calls. There's all kinds of things you can do. Folks, we need you. So go to tjcoalition.org and sign up. Go to tjcoalition.org and sign up. We're going to have so many partners. If your organization wants to partner with us, write us. tjcoalition.org. Go to our website, write us, talk to us there. And because we want you to be part of this fight. If you are in the following states, I'm going to give you 9 states. If you live in one of these states, or if you have family, friends, colleagues in any of these states, listen to me. We need you to talk to them as soon as you can. Alabama, Arizona, Georgia, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Hampshire, Ohio, Florida, and Wyoming. If you are in any of those states, people, you need to understand that your state is one of the states that has passed their own SAVE Act, requiring that citizens, that people show that they are citizens before they can register or re-register.
Whoa, wait a minute, Barbara. You're saying these 9 states want people to show up with a passport?
Yes, and a birth certificate or a birth certificate. And and some of them are worse than the others regarding what you got to do when you go to vote and what you got to show when you get ready to vote. Folks, if you are in those states or have family in those states, you got to get active right now. You can't let them be sitting ducks. Don't let them be sitting ducks. Call them and say, are you aware of the new voter registration laws in your state?
So you're saying the participation in these states may be high, but the number of people who actually end up voting may be low because not every American has a passport.
And 21.3 million Americans can't find their passport or their birth certificate. If you ask them to produce it in the next 30 days, they can't. The other problem is that only 50% of Americans have passports. African Americans, you and I have talked about this, 67% of African Americans do not have a passport. 67%, folks. The majority of African Americans, the overwhelming majority, do not have a passport. If you're in the South, 60% of Southerners have no passport. None, zero, de nada. It is very clear what they're trying to do here. And I want people to understand that this is extremely dangerous. And some of these crazy states have talked about passing laws requiring everybody to re-register so that they can knock out the electorate. This is all about attrition. They want to shrink the electorate. They want fewer people to vote. That's why you need to join us at tjcoalition.org. You can give to us at the same site, tjcoalition.org. We're not playing. I don't do this because it's funny to say. This is, dangerous. And I just want everybody who thinks it's hopeless, look at Hungary. Look at Hungary. They sent the vice president of the United States, had the president live streamed in, talking about how everybody needs to vote for Viktor Orban. And the people of Hungary said, forget about it.
And they lost. I'm Jesse Jackson Jr. Listening to the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show with Barbara Arnwine, and we are on the grind. More when we come back on KBLA Talk 1580 in just a moment.
While you're stuck in traffic, we can at least bring you up to speed on the news of the day. You're listening to Jesse Jackson Jr. only on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The BLM Center for Black Power is a hub for Black activism in the city of Los Angeles, a standalone nonprofit affiliated with Black Lives Matter LA. The venue is home to live events, meetings, and organizing drives for Black-led community-based organizations. It is also the base of operations for Black Lives Matter LA. Built on what used to be a nuisance property owned by an arms dealer, the BLM Center for Black Power is in the heart of Leimert Park and has opened its doors to everything from youth organizers to toy drives to film screenings and community town hall meetings. To make a donation or make a request, please visit blmla.org. That's blmla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
When temperatures climb, LADWP wants to help you stay cool indoors, starting in your attic. With quality attic insulation, your home can stay more comfortable during hot summer days and help lower your energy bills year-round. It's a smart way to save. And for a limited time, LADWP has increased the attic insulation rebates to make upgrading more affordable. Act now to start saving. Visit ladwp.com/attic. That's ladwp.com/attic. From station to stage, LA Metro connects you to the artistic heart of Los Angeles. Celebrate this National Arts Month with Metro, exploring galleries, theaters, and cultural spaces across the city. Art isn't just where you end up, it's how you get there.
For 70 years, the Humane Society of the United States has worked to end animal cruelty. Now, we're continuing that mission as Humane World for Animals, because we work around the globe to care for animals who are suffering today. And we tackle the root causes of cruelty for a kinder tomorrow. We are Humane World for Animals, and together we can make a difference. Help make change for animals. Visit humaneworld.org.
Small businesses are the heart of America. But you don't have to go it alone. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Get the connections, education, and guidance you need with SCORE. We're ready to help. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Now back to more of Jesse Jackson Jr. on KBLA Talk 1580.
The Jesse Jackson Jr. Show. 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 King Quality drops the beat. Come on and talk with me. Come on and listen to the me. Come on and talk with me. Come on and listen to the me. KBLA Talk 1580. Download the app.
I'm Jesse Jackson Jr. We have here at the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show tested the technology to receive calls, and I'm very excited about when our executive producer and the creator of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show rolls out the ability to receive live calls on our program. In the meantime, Daniel DeHonor Mode has 2 questions that he wrote in our live chat, Barbara, that I'd like to ask.
Okay.
He's asking, one, what does ethical leadership look like? And looking at a 25th Amendment emergency.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Daniel, for your question. First of all, ethical leadership means that you make your decisions based on what's best for the people, not what's best for yourself, your pocketbook, your cronies, your friends. You are a statesperson, meaning that you're not just a politician who can be bought. You are a statesperson who wants the best for everyone in your nation, the best possible. So that's ethical leadership to me. The 25th Amendment needed. It shows that even in their worst imagination, people like to talk about the founders all the time. In their worst imagination, they could not conceive of a bunch of spineless cabinet members who would just be a bunch of sycophants sitting around wearing 2 big shoes, ugly little shoes that Trump brought them and told them they had to wear as men. And so you got these men standing around and looking ridiculous in these shoes that he bought. That's sycophants. People, you say, Barbara, what's that word? That word means that all you can do is kiss his shoes. That's all you can do is kiss the ring of the president. You have no other motivation in life. You want to make him happy. You want to make him joyous. So you do whatever he tells you to do. You have no independence, no spine. In fact, there's a beautiful cartoon I saw the other day of somebody holding up a spine and saying to the cabinet, "You need this." So that's the bottom line. Thank you for those questions. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Barbara, let me just say this before we get to your word of hope, and that is this. The ugliest of all forms has to be blackmail.
Yes.
When someone has something on you and they can essentially tether you with strings, and as a puppet, you live the rest of your life dancing to the tune of Geppetto, if you will, like Pinocchio.
Well,
when you have control over the FBI, the intelligence community, when the director of the FBI threatens to release files on your life.
Yes.
When members of Congress who've been surveilled have files on their life held by the Department of Justice. When the intelligence community knows every meeting abroad that members of Congress and others participate in because they're listening. The President of the United States has access to all of these investigations of Supreme Court judges, including those in which he appoints to federal courts, because all go through an FBI process before they're vetted. And then the president says, I see your problems, but your problems notwithstanding, I want to move your nomination through the Senate. But I know your problems. I know who you are, and you know what the expectations are that I have of you. This is corruption on a scale and at a level that we can't imagine. And there are days, Barbara, when I wake up grateful to God that I'm not in Congress.
Woo!
Because I would have drawn the ire, my freedom, my mind, the way it works, would have drawn the ire of the opposition. I would be with a big target on my back, looking for something wrong that I do, say, or wherever I go, under constant surveillance. Imagine members of Congress, and the silence that you're hearing from them isn't simply because they lack courage or spine, but we have an unusual president who is interested into the sordid details of everyone's life on Capitol Hill. And everyone has something sordid in their life. No person is infallible or outside of the grace of God. But there's something someone has done somewhere that the president of the United States has information on, and he gets to use it when he wants to use it. Barbara Arnwine, a word of hope.
A couple things. Quickly on that courage, fear. People, there's a reason why you have a whole lot of Democrats who are speaking out. I'm just speaking about facts. Elon Musk is the other factor you can't take out of here. All these people are fearing not only any, quote, problems in their backgrounds or scars in their records. What they are worried about is the fact that Elon Musk says he's going to primary them. If they don't do what Trump says to do. So that's what that's what they're worried about. I mean, you gotta, and my son always reminds me that the biggest bonding in this administration is team money. Team money. It's about all these billionaires and people who just want to get rich. That's why Orban is gone, because that's all he did. He made his country one of the poorest countries in Europe because of all the scamming and all the corruption and all the peeling off and just leeching of the government's treasury. That's who these people are. They're team money. They're no different. So between team money and between those who fear being, primary by Elon Musk, that's what you're looking at. So here's the hope real quick. I just read, good news, folks. Thank you, Maryland. I just read that you just passed the Maryland Voting Rights Act. Come on now.
Amen. All right now.
Come on now.
Let's all move to Baltimore.
Let's do this. Let's do this. That is such good news. You know that Moore is going to sign that act. That Wes Moore is going to sign it so fast. Get ready. The other thing I want to, and congratulations, Darrell Jones, who testified in favor of that act, and all the groups, the ACLU, all the groups who worked on the act. Congratulations. Congratulations to the people of Hungary. You turned out, 85% of you turned out to vote. Even though they had rigged the election system, you turned out to vote and you got rid of a dictator. It's time. It's time, folks. It's time for us to rise again. Thank you so much.
Barbara, glad you were with us today, and thank you for making Tenacious Tuesdays as tenacious as it is. We've been on the grind with Barbara Arnwine. I'm Jesse Jackson Jr. You've been listening to the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show, and Barbara, thank you very much for that word of hope.
All right. Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you next week. More on KBLA 1580 when we come forward. Stay tuned and stay right here.
KBLA